What up, everybody? We are officially on the road to Wrestlemania. It starts tonight with the Royal Rumble. I'm JP from Off the Ball Network, giving you a preview and my predictions and my thoughts on the Royal Rumble match card tonight. Before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to Off the Ball Network for all your sports needs and go to offtheballnetwork.com. You get articles, podcasts, bets, anything you need on offtheballnetwork.com. Shout out to the guys from Off the Ball Network doing their thing, killing content as always. And also follow us on our social media platforms, Off the Ball on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And definitely click the notification bell. You will know when our next upload is. And we got great content, man. I'm just trying to tell you. I mean, I am humble and pleased to say we have great content here at Off the Ball Network. But let's go ahead and get into what we are talking about in this video. The match called the preview, my thoughts on the Royal Rumble. This is going to be awesome because this is one of WWE's main pay-per-views that's been along for a long time, that always has a significance in WWE, which is the Royal Rumble, made by Pat Patterson. Rest in peace to him, to come up with this beautiful idea that Vince didn't really like, but then when it seen it unfold, it became a spectacle. It became a spectacle. Not like Wrestlemania, but it became a spectacle that we do every single year because it leads to Wrestlemania. So let's go ahead and get into the previews of the match card tonight. We have a championship match between Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. If you remember, at day one, Brock Lesnar was entered into the match because of Roman Reigns' COVID. And he faced Big E, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, and Bobby Lashley. And Bobby Lashley looked pretty good on Brock Lesnar, but Brock Lesnar at the end retained the, maybe at the end of the day, Brock Lesnar won the WWE Championship. Just make him look strong and everything. You can't have Brock Lesnar lose and then put him at Roman Reigns. So, it's been the past couple of weeks where, Brock, really has been so comfortable on that microphone. Like, he is just so comfortable. He's just been phenomenal on the microphone. And Bobby Lashley is just like that challenger that won the number one contender match. So he got Brock Lesnar's attention. And Paul Heyman put over Bobby Lashley huge after day one. Calling him a threat to Brock Lesnar. And then the past couple of weeks, Brock Lesnar been kind of just like not taking it serious. The weigh-in, that segment was horrible in itself, but you just see Brock wasn't even taking it serious because he thinks that Bobby Lashley is nothing, like nothing. That's why he always be doing those like Bobby Who's, them knock jokes and everything, really pissing off Bobby Lashley, and he has to go out and prove himself that he is not a joke. He is a threat to Brock Lesnar. And so tonight it's going to be interesting. This is an ideal match that people wanted to see at a WrestleMania. Bobby Lashley, Brock Lesnar, just, this is the match people want to see. Everybody been just cringing and just waiting for it to happen and everything. And we're finally getting it at the Royal Rumble. I'm excited for it. My predictions and my thoughts, I think it's going to be a really good match. I think somehow Brock Lesnar is going to get screwed into this match, and Bobby Lashley will end up winning the WWE Championship back so that we can get Brock Lesnar back on track against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. I could understand Brock Lesnar retaining the title, but then you have title versus title match at WrestleMania where you can unify the title and the champion has to be on both shows. So I don't think they're going to go that route, though. If they do, I'd be surprised, but I don't think they would. So we're going to see Bobby Lashley winning the championship, Brock Lesnar dropping off to him because somehow he's going to get screwed. It will still make him look strong instead of him getting pinned clean by Bobby Lashley. So I'm thinking Bobby Lashley is going to win that championship. Then speaking on the other side, we got the Universal Championship match between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. That came up in the last minute. That's supposed to not even happen because Roman had COVID, and he's supposed to face Brock Lesnar at day one. That never even happened. Then when it came back, it's supposed to have been Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns, but Drew McIntyre is going to be out for a period longer time because of his neck, surgery and everything. So they had to insert Seth Rollins in. I just don't really like it because it's two heels, but I understand because it was last minute. They had to figure out a good opponent for Roman Reigns. And Seth has always been really good in the ring. His work rate is just impeccable. This one is a pretty good build-up. I just don't like it because it's both heels. That you've seen Seth Rollins kind of getting chilled. Him and Kevin Owens is just kind of weird though because they're heels. But it's been a really good build-up, and you've seen in the tag team match with Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens versus the Usos. Well, if they won, the Usos would be balled from ringside, and then if the Usos won, then Seth have to relinquish that match and everything. But we've seen that Roman Reigns came in and Superman punched Seth Rollins, causing the Usos because he thought the Usos were about to lose, and now the Usos are balled from ringside during this match, and it's been awesome. And then on Friday Night SmackDown, I love how Seth really tore into Roman Reigns because Roman Reigns always been saying to him that he was no competition. I got a lot better. Like I'm the greatest. Just making stuff look good and everything. And Seth was like, "Hey, I am competition. Like I beat you before. I cashed in that Money in the Bank at WrestleMania and won that championship. I stabbed you in the back, hitting you with that steel chair when we was together as a tag team." Like, just give him all these memories back in the past, which kind of infuriated Roman Reigns. Or what really infuriated him was Seth Rollins talking about his family, making jokes about it. Like, you're a joke, your championship's a joke, your family's a joke, your uncle is a joke, your cousins are a joke. I mean, just really, you can see the change in tone of Roman Reigns. Like, he took that personally because you don't go at the head of the table, you don't go after his family. And Seth was really smart because he seen that Superman punch coming from behind, ducked, and left the ring. Smart move, smart move. It just makes Roman Reigns had to think about it until tonight. So this is going to be like, I think it's going to be a pummeling, on Seth Rollins by Roman Reigns after going at it and stuff. So Roman Reigns is going to retain the title. There's no way he's going to lose it to Seth Rollins. So we can get the Brock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. So Roman is still going to be the longest reigning champion and on. So Roman Reigns retaining the title. Then we have the next tag team match. Maryse versus Edge and Beth Phoenix. Decided for Beth Phoenix to return into the ring. She's always been awesome in the ring. Anytime like during her prime, Edge is always great in the ring. Miz great in the ring. This one, I think this is probably gonna be my favorite match out of all of them, just because the storyline in itself, like the build up to it, like it's just been nothing but phenomenal. It just all started, Miz and trying to prove himself, and Edge just don't look at him as competition, and then they just start going with all these wonderful ideas they've been. They had the Maryse kind of like Edge was about to spear Maryse, and then Maryse was mad at Miz, and then Miz attacks. I mean, it's just been back and forth, and the promos have been phenomenal. And I just knew Beth Phoenix was gonna do something. I just knew it, because Edge was getting double teamed by Miz, Maryse, and Beth returns. I just love it so much. I love how Maryse hit Beth with a brick, like just pretending that she didn't want the match. Then here comes Miz attacking Edge, and then Beth looking from behind, and then Maryse attacked her with a post, but had a brick in it. And then they did the birthday celebration, and what was in the big box, kind of surprises, like, I didn't get this to you, and it was a brick that Maryse hit, pissing off Edge and Beth. And this is going to be a good match. In the end, Edge and Beth is going to win. They're going to get their revenge on Miz and Maryse, and it's just great to see that chemistry that they're going to have in the ring. So I just can't wait for it. Maryse is not a great wrestler, but just the character itself is just great. It's just good for, especially just being with Miz. So so yeah, Beth and Edge is going to win the match. Then we have the women's title match, Raw women's title match, Becky Lynch versus Doudrop. This one's been building up pretty good too as well. I didn't like how they did it on Monday Night Raw, having them separate to do video interviews and then brawl at the end. They should have just kept it in the same room, have them go face to face, and if a brawl ensues, that ensues. It would have been better to me, in my opinion. Doudrop is, looking really good. Becky Lynch has been hot and running. Becky, there's no way Becky's going to lose this title tonight. Becky's going to retain the championship. I think it's going to be a pretty good match. And we'll see what happens, going forward with Doudrop and what's going to be her next opponent. But I think at the end, Beth is going to retain that title some way or somehow. But let's go ahead and get into the juiciest right here in terms of the match cause is the Royal Rumble. Let's start off with the men's Royal Rumble. There's going to be a lot of surprises in both the men's and women's Royal Rumble. I think at the end, since Brock Lesnar got screwed out of the WWE Championship, some way or somehow, I think he's going to insert himself into the Royal Rumble. Some way or somehow, he's going to insert himself in the Royal Rumble, and I think Brock Lesnar is going to win the Royal Rumble match so that we're going to see Brock and Roman at WrestleMania. So Brock is going to win that Royal Rumble match. I will put my money on it. I'll put my money on it that he's going to win it. But it's going to be some surprises because I always love surprises every year at the Royal Rumble. We saw like John Cena came back in 08 with that huge pop. We saw Diesel. We saw Bubba Ray Dudley. We saw Edge return. So who knows? Who knows who shows up? Carlito showed up last year. So who knows who's going to show up at the Royal Rumble, so I'm excited for it. And then, the rumors are just speculating right here before we get into the women's Royal Rumble match. Ronda Rousey is set to return at the Royal Rumble match. Great idea because that's where she debuted, is in the Royal Rumble, just pointing at the finger at the WrestleMania and stuff, just building that up. So she's set to return at the Royal Rumble. I'm excited because it's been a while since we've seen Ronda. How is the crowd going to respond? Are they going to boo her? I think she's probably going to get a huge pop from the crowd because she's in that 1 year. I couldn't take my eyes off her and everything. Like, she's been really good. So, and then you put her with the right people and everything. So, I think, I'm excited just to see her just return. In the women's Royal Rumble, if she is returning at the Royal Rumble and is in that match, I think Ronda Rousey is going to win it. Like, you can't just, return at the Royal Rumble and get eliminated when you was dominant and stuff. So I think she is going to win the Royal Rumble, and then it will be great because now she has a chance to see who she could fight. She could fight Charlotte or she could fight Becky Lynch. I would much rather for her to go against Becky Lynch just because remember at WrestleMania, she lost to Becky Lynch in that championship. Becky Lynch was huge and pop huge and everything. She lost that championship match to Becky Lynch. So I think that we're going to see some revenge on Ronda Rousey's part to go after Becky Lynch. So I can't wait to see that. And it's going to be a flip-flop because Becky was a babyface, last time they faced each other, and Ronda was the heel. So now Ronda's the babyface and Becky Lynch is the heel. So it's an exciting dynamic. I can't wait for it. Hopefully that happens and everything. But yeah, if she doesn't return at the Royal Rumble, she's probably going to find a way to return somehow. I think you could see Bianca got a strong case winning the Royal Rumble again, just to try to get revenge on Becky Lynch, just because she still haven't, recover from that SummerSlam loss where she got beat in a couple seconds after Becky Lynch returned with a huge pop and everything. So that one is going to be interesting in itself. But she does have a strong case. She had a great 2021. So 2020, we'll see what happens in 2022. Sasha Banks got a strong case too as well. She returned on Friday Night SmackDown being part of the match. So we don't know. We could see probably a Charlotte and Sasha Banks out of WrestleMania. Who knows? So two of them got strong cases in itself. So, but overall, if Ronda Rousey does return, she's winning the Women's Royal Rumble match. I will promise you that. But yes, that was on my previews and thoughts of the matchups that we're going to see tonight. Tell me your thoughts down below. Who you think is going to win the Royal Rumble? Tell me what match you're looking forward to seeing. Subscribe down below to Off the Ball Network for all your sports needs. Definitely check out offtheballnetwork.com. You get everything you need on offtheballnetwork.com. Follow us on our social media platforms. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook on Off the Ball Network. I cannot thank our sponsors enough. Thank you to Built Bar, Bet US, MyBookie, iShaker. Use the promo code Off the Ball on one of their websites. You get tremendous deals and everything. And man, I can't wait for the Royal Rumble. I just cannot wait. Y'all enjoy a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the Royal Rumble tonight. I'm JP, and we out of here. Peace.